They say time heals all wounds, but they never said how long it takes. A week, a month, a year, or maybe you need a whole lifetime to forget. It's hard to answer, right? It's like waiting for a jeepney on EDSA during rush hour. You never know when it'll arrive or if there'll be a spot for you. Sometimes you think you're okay. You can smile again, eat your favorite street food without tearing up. Then suddenly, you hear a song on the radio, your theme song, and just like that, you're back to square one. It's like playing snakes and ladders, and just when you're on the very last square, you land on a snake that sends you back to the start. Moving on isn't like changing the channel on TV. You can't just press the remote and everything changes. It's a process full of I wish, what if, and why did this happen? Every day you wake up and try to put yourself back together, piece by piece. Sometimes a piece you thought you'd glued down comes off again. It's exhausting. It's like building a sandcastle by the sea. You know the waves will wash it away, but you build it anyway. You hope that the next time you build it, it'll be stronger, that it won't crumble so easily with the first wave of memories. The question, how long until we forget, is like asking how many grains of rice are in a sack. There's no exact answer. It depends on the person. It depends on how deep the wound is. It depends on how long you hoped there might be a part 2 to your love story. Some people sprint, recovering quickly. Others marathon under the hot sun, exhausted and parched before reaching the finish line. There's no right or wrong timeline. The important thing is that you're moving, even if it's little by little, even if you're fumbling in the dark, moving forward. There will be days when you think, I've got this. You'll post on social media with #movingon and #self-love. Then the next day, you'll see a picture of them with their new partner, and it feels like a punch to the gut. That's just how it is. Healing isn't linear. Some days are up, some days are down, like the stock market of emotions. The important thing is not to give up. Don't think that you'll be sad forever, because like all things in the world, the pain will pass. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but that day will come. Just trust. We're all familiar with the story of monogamy. One heart for one person. That's what movies, books, and Cinderella songs taught us. The problem is, sometimes, no matter how beautiful the beginning, not everyone gets a happy ending. People hurt each other, get tired of each other, or simply can't agree on what to eat for dinner. The once sweet glances turn sour, like sinigang with too much tamarind. A failed monogamous relationship is like investing in a business that went bankrupt. You gave it your all, time, money, effort, but in the end, all you got was a headache and an empty wallet. But it's not just in monogamy that people get hurt. There's also bigamy, or those relationships where you have a rival you didn't know about. You thought it was just the two of you, but your partner had a branch office somewhere else. This is even more painful. Not only is your heart broken, but your trust is too. It's like you got scammed. You thought you won the lottery, but you're the one who has to pay for the prize. The painful truth is that you weren't just left, you were deceived. That feeling of being a fool for believing all their lies. It's harder to move on from this because besides the pain, you also carry anger and shame. Both situations, a failed monogamous relationship or a bigamous one full of deceit, leave the same result, a broken person. The only difference is the kind of poison left in your system. In failed monogamy, the poison is sadness and regret. In bigamy, the poison is anger and a lack of trust in humanity. Both are deadly in a slow way. Both will leave you asking, where did I go wrong? Or worse, is there something wrong with me? And that's where your self-doubt about your ability to love and be loved begins. So when I hear stories of heartbreak, I no longer ask about their relationship setup. Pain is pain, no matter what you call it. Failure is failure, whether there's one partner or two. The important thing is how you get back up after falling. Easy to say, but hard to do. It's like you drowned and you have to learn to swim again by yourself. The water is cold, deep, and scary, but you have to try, because if you don't, you'll stay at the bottom, pulled down by the weight of the past. After a painful breakup, you feel like a glass that's only half full. Or worse, you feel broken. There are missing pieces you don't know where to find. You walk, you breathe, you eat, but you're not whole. Something's missing. You're like a cell phone always at 10% battery. It still works, but it could die any minute. Your smile doesn't reach your eyes anymore. Your laughter has a bitter taste. You become a shadow of your former self. And in the middle of the night, when everything is quiet, that's when you feel the weight of loneliness. In this state, you'll do anything to feel whole again. This is where the quest for glue comes in. You'll look for anything that can stick your broken pieces back together. Some throw themselves into work, overtime here, overtime there, just so they don't have time to think. Others turn to alcohol or parties. They'll try to drown their sadness in noise and drunkenness. There are also those who go to the gym, get a makeover, or learn a new hobby. All of these are ways to escape, to forget, so that for a moment you don't feel that hole in your chest. But often, these glues are only temporary, like a band-aid on a deep wound. They only cover the problem but don't really heal it. After overtime, you'll still go home to a quiet room. After the party, you'll still face the hangover and the reality. After the gym, you'll still see the sadness in your eyes in the mirror. This is where you realize that healing is not an external process. It cannot be found outside. True healing begins within. You need to face the pain, not run from it. And in the search for a cure, many of us become open to new ideas. If the old ways didn't work, why not try something new? If following the traditional path only led you to a cliff, maybe it's time to make your own path. This is where being adventurous in life and love comes in. You start to ask, what else can I try? Is there another way to be happy? This is the beginning of a journey not to find someone else, but to find yourself again. When you hear the word polygamy, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Maybe you think cheating. Or maybe it's just for those who can't be satisfied with one. Or maybe a complicated setup that's sure to cause trouble. It's normal to think that, because that's the common image society paints. But what if I told you that for me, and for others, polygamy isn't about greed or cheating? What if it's a personal choice, a way to reevaluate what love, commitment, and happiness truly mean to you? For someone who has experienced a series of heartbreaks, entering polygamy isn't a rebound. A rebound is looking for a quick replacement to cover the pain. Polygamy, if done right, is the opposite. It's a slow and deliberate process of self-discovery. It's not running away from problems. It's facing the truth that maybe the traditional relationship model isn't for you at this current stage of your life. It's admitting to yourself that you need a different way to fix your broken perspective on love. Choosing this path is like moving to a new city where you don't know the language. It's scary at first, full of doubts, many questions. Can I do this? What will other people say? What if I just get hurt more? But along with the fear comes excitement. The possibility of discovering something new about yourself. The chance to build connections based on intense honesty and communication, things that might have been missing in your past relationships. This isn't for everyone, and it's not a magic pill that solves all problems. It's a re-evaluation, a chance to ask yourself difficult questions. What am I really looking for in a partner or partners? What can I give? What are my boundaries? How can I maintain my own identity while loving more than one? Polygamy in this context isn't just about having multiple relationships. It's about building a deeper and more honest relationship with yourself before you even build relationships with others. It's a journey inward, not outward. For me, polygamy is like driving on a road with many lanes. You can change lanes, but that doesn't mean you can crash. There are traffic rules that need to be followed. And the very first rule in my book is respect. Respect for everyone you're sharing the journey with. This means you acknowledge their feelings, their time, and their worth as an individual. They're not extras in the movie of your life. They are co-stars with their own stories and emotions. When there's respect, every decision is made with consideration for everyone involved. The second rule, connected to the first, is no cheating. This is where many people go wrong. They think polygamy is a license to cheat. Wrong. Cheating is deception. It's hiding and lying. Ethical polygamy or polyamory is based on 100% honesty and transparency. Everyone knows who is part of the relationship. Nothing is hidden, no secrets. If you meet someone new, you let your partners know. It's like an open book exam. All the answers are out in the open. Cheating hurts because of the betrayal. But if everyone knows and agrees, where's the betrayal? The third rule, and perhaps the hardest, is maintaining a balanced heart. This doesn't mean you have to love everyone exactly the same. That's impossible. Love isn't like a pizza you cut into equal slices. A balanced heart means giving attention, care, and love to each person according to their needs and what you've agreed upon. Some days one person might need you more, and some days another might. It's a continuous dance of giving and receiving, of listening and understanding. These rules, respect, no cheating and balance, are the foundation of my setup. Without them, everything will crumble. It will be more chaotic than a collapsing market. This is what separates a healthy and ethical polyamorous relationship from a messy situation full of headaches and resentment. It's not easy. It requires immense maturity, patience, and endless communication. But if done right, the result is a network of love that supports you, instead of weighing you down. How does loving more than one person help with healing? Imagine your heart as a house damaged by a storm. After a failed relationship, many windows are broken, the roof has holes, and the foundation is weak. You can try to fix it alone, but it's really hard. In a respectful polyamorous setup, it's not just one person helping you with repairs. One person helps replace a window, another helps fix the roof, and another strengthens the foundation. They're not fixing it for you, but they're with you in the process. Love from different people gives you different perspectives. One partner might be good at giving practical advice. Another might be good at just listening and giving hugs. Another might be with you in laughing and finding joy in small things. Because of this, you don't put all the pressure on one person to meet all your needs. You learn that not just one person can be the one. Instead, you discover that different people can be the one for different aspects of your life. Furthermore, loving many teaches you to love without possession. In monogamy, possessiveness often comes with it. You're mine only. Your attention should only be on me. In polyamory, you have to let go of this way of thinking. You learn to love someone and be happy for them, even if they also love others. This is a big step in healing, especially if you're coming from a relationship full of jealousy and control. You discover that love isn't about ownership, but about supporting the happiness and growth of the person you love. This process expands not only your capacity to love, but also your heart. It's like you installed an expansion pack. Before, you thought the love you could give was limited. Now, you discover that your heart is like a well. The more you give, the more it contains. The love you receive from different sources serves as a cure for the wounds of the past. Slowly, the holes are filled, not because of one savior, but because of a community of love that you yourself helped build. In any relationship, whether monogamous or polygamous, there's one thing that will surely save you from being foolish: respect. Self-respect and respect from your partner. Often, we become foolish in love when we disregard our own worth. When we allow ourselves to be walked all over, our kindness abused, and to be repeatedly lied to. We do this out of fear of being left alone or out of a blind belief that they will change. But the truth is, when respect is lost, the foundation of a healthy relationship is also lost. In a polygamous relationship, respect is doubly important. Because more people are involved, there's a greater possibility of trouble if there's no respect. Respect ensures that your voice is heard, that your boundaries are not violated, that your feelings are considered in every decision. If you're in a setup where you feel like you're just an option, or where you're not given the same honesty you give, that's a sign to leave. You're not foolish for staying in a place where you're not valued. Avoiding foolishness starts with recognizing your non-negotiables. What are the things you can't compromise on? For me, it's honesty, open communication, and mutual respect. If one of these is missing, for me, the conversation is over. It's important to know your worth before you even enter any relationship. You should already be whole. You don't need another person to complete you. Your partner should be with you in growth, not the cause of your downfall. So how do you know if you're being respected? It's simple. You feel it. You feel it when you're listened to. You feel it when your time is valued. You feel it when promises are kept. And most importantly, you feel it when they don't hide you. If your relationship needs to be kept secret, and this wasn't agreed upon by everyone, then you need to think about it. Respect shines in the light, it doesn't hide in the dark. Don't let yourself be a ghost in anyone's life. You're not foolish. You deserve to be seen and valued. The happily ever after shown in fairy tales only has one look: a prince and a princess who get together and live happily ever after. But in real life, happiness is not one size fits all. It's not a dress that fits everyone the same. Happiness is like a customized t-shirt. You design it, you choose the color, and you put the statement that suits you. Your happily ever after might be very different from your neighbor's happily ever after, and that's okay. Some people are happy being single forever with their dogs, cats, and plants. Some people find happiness in a monogamous relationship with one person they will consider their life partner. And there are also people like me who found a different form of happiness in a non-traditional setup like polygamy. There's no right or wrong path. The only question is, on which path are you truly happy? On which path do you become the best version of yourself? Finding your own happiness is a personal journey. Don't let society, your family, or even your friends dictate it to you. They are just passengers on your journey. You are the driver. You hold the steering wheel. If your choice isn't understood by others, you don't have to explain yourself. Your happiness doesn't need anyone else's approval. The important thing is that you are true to yourself and you don't hurt others on your journey. So if you feel like you don't fit the traditional mold, don't be afraid to try something different. Maybe your happiness is on a path less traveled. Maybe your happily ever after isn't about finding the one, but about building a life full of love, in whatever form that takes. The important thing is that, at the end of the day, when you look in the mirror, the person you see is happy, whole, and living true to themselves. That's true success. If you are currently going through a dark chapter in your life, coming out of a breakup, confused, or feeling lost, I want you to know that this is not the end of your story. Every night, no matter how dark, is always followed by morning. Every storm, no matter how strong, eventually stops. And every pain, no matter how deep, eventually heals. What you're feeling now is only temporary. Believe me, there's light at the end of the tunnel. You just need to keep walking. Don't think that because you got hurt, there's something wrong with you. Love is a gamble. Sometimes you win, often you lose. But just because you lost today doesn't mean you're a loser forever. Every setback is a lesson. An opportunity to get to know yourself better, to know what you want and what you won't accept next time. The wounds you've sustained will become scars that remind you of your resilience. They will be proof that you overcame the pain and became stronger because of it. The day will come when you'll look back at these times and just smile. You'll say to yourself, I got through that. The day will come when the pain you're feeling now will just be a distant memory. And on that day, you'll be grateful for everything you've been through, because these experiences shaped you into the person who deserves better things. Your tears today will water the seeds of happiness that you will harvest in the future. So, take a deep breath, cry if you need to, get angry if that's what you feel. But afterward, wipe your tears, stand up and take a step forward, even just a small step. Tomorrow is a new day, a new chance to try again, to love again and to be happy again. Believe me, the best chapters of your life have not yet been written. Better things are coming, for you, for all of us. Just trust.